everyone, Amy Vanderoff with Dr. J, answering some questions about event season, wedding season. Everybody wants to look their personal best when you're getting these multi-generations together for all of these memorable photographs. Well, here's some help. We're going to talk to Dr. J about what you can be doing the entire wedding party to get rid of all the things you want to before that big day happens.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, but a lot of stress. And so there's a lot of things we can do to help in simple and in more complex ways.
Okay, so let's start with the face. The most photographed day of your life might be your wedding. What can we all do to get ready?
Well, even young brides can benefit from a little Botox. It will help make some of these worry lines, forehead lines, eye lines soften. And you can do it in such a way that you still have all the expression of happiness and joy of the moment. So that's a good choice, and for a lot of the moms, it's just a great place to go. So Botox is really one of the first things I think of. We have a new product called Xyman that actually is Botox with a little more processing. And we're able to offer it at a cheaper price than Botox.
Okay.
So it's something that's become real competitive, and I've really enjoyed using the Xyman because we see very similar results and can do it at a lesser cost.
Oh, we love that. So different options for every bride who comes in and says, I want something, I want to look done, but not too done, right?
Not too done.
And that's the innovation with Botox and these injectables. They've come so far.
Well, speaking of injectables, we also have fillers, and Bellaterra is a new one on the market also. It's a hyaluronic acid product like Restylane, also a little less expensive, but has the same length of time it stays. And fillers are another great place to help, especially if you want a little more fullness around the lips, or moms that want to get rid of some of the lines like the nasolabial folds on their face, or a little bit of marionette lines or lines around the chin. They're really a great choice, and it's something you can do right up to the last minute and still see really nice results and still look great for the wedding photos.
Right, so if you have a little time out, you can start doing that program now to really get yourself where you want to be with that. Okay, so there's lots of quick fixes that we can do to look our personal best on such a big day. But if we have a little more time, maybe the ring just went on the finger, we've got a little time before the big ceremony, what else can we do to make improvements to our face?
Well, one of the things that's great, and where a lot of folks see immediate results, is Thermage. Thermage uses radio frequency energy to tighten, lift the skin. And it's a really great tool, especially for the moms or brides that are in their 30s that would want to look like a bride that was in her 20s.
Right.
And it's a great tool that does that. Then we have a new tool that's similar called Legend. You need a little more time with Legend, Amy, because it's 6 to 8 treatments about a week apart. So in order to get the treatments in, you need to have a couple of months. But Legend also does a great job of lifting and tightening, and can really make a difference and take a number of years off that face in those wedding photos.
Big difference. Okay, and then also if you have age spots or other kind of issues with your face, there's even more we can do if we have the time.
That's right. If you have a little time, if you have a couple of months beforehand, then Fraxel is a great choice for age spots for the moms, melasma for mom, or for the bride. Okay, and even some of the guys that might have some age spots or some red spots, those can be great choices.
Okay, resurfacing, things like that.
Yeah, resurfacing has a new contender with microneedling. The Legend device that I mentioned that does skin tightening also has a microneedling device, which is very comfortable, surprisingly. And it does a great job for pigment and really helps lessen the fine lines and wrinkles. And a lot of folks are going to the microneedling even before the resurfacing because of the nice results and the fact that you have essentially no downtime.
That's huge. Okay, so if you've been thinking about doing these procedures and now you're motivated by the big day, there is time to do just a little bit or a lot of it, whatever you have time for and whatever your own cosmetic needs are.
Really makes a difference. And of course, the king of resurfacing is still the CO2 laser. Still have a week or two of true downtime with that. So that's something that you've got to have at least a month beforehand.
Right.
But it's still very effective. And if you want to have real change ultimately real quickly, it'll make a difference after that downtime. It'll make a real difference with just one treatment.
Some people want just one treatment, the dramatic results they've been wanting for so long and putting it off, but now they're motivated by all those pictures they're going to be taking.
And it's a great choice.
So you've seen on social media, it's major bragging rights when a girl receives a ring. And that is a very highly photographed area that maybe never saw the light of day before in pictures. Now all of a sudden your hands are being shot on a daily basis by people.
Right, it's a really popular wedding photo and engagement photo.
Yes.
And it's a real tough one too, because hands historically have been hard. But now there are so many things we can do. We can help with the pigment changes, and we can help with the veins and tendons too.
That's a big deal. Okay, so talk about when it's shot and what these before and afters look like.
Well, if we've got pigment changes, then we've got tools like the Fraxel laser, which is really good. But I've gotten to where I really like microneedling with radio frequency behind it, because it's easy, it's quick, it really has no downtime, and it's not quite as, for summer weddings and that kind of thing, it's not quite as sun sensitizing as the laser can be. So it's a great choice. You do need to be able to start a couple of months early, because it takes a couple of weeks,
Sure.
to four to 8 treatments before you really see the results.
Okay.
But it's a really nice, not only will it help take off that pigment, but it also helps thicken and smooth the skin. So it makes your skin have a nicer tone and clarity for those pictures.
You're saying everything right. Thicker, nicer tone, and also an easy procedure. Those are all things that we want to hear when we're thinking about working on the sensitive area of our hands.
And then the other, when we're talking about the veins or the tendons, then fillers are really nice.
Okay.
And Radiesse in particular is a filler, because of how it smooths after you inject it. You can make a single injection and smooth it throughout the whole hand. Does a great job of covering the veins and tendons in the last 6 to 8 months, so it's not just for the wedding.
Right.
And then, of course, those that really want the biggest fix, we can put their own fat, do fat transfer to the back of the hands, and that can be a permanent fix in many patients, and really give that smooth, full, youthful hand look that so many people are after.
Because these are the telltale signs of aging. So often our hands look so much older than we are.
And so much is available now to make a difference on that.
I love that. So programming note, if you think you might be getting engaged soon, why don't you start coming to see Dr. J now, so your hands are Instagram ready when the big day comes. Okay, we are camera ready and ready for our close-up with all the great options for our face for the big day, but now we want to look amazing in the dress. Talk about that.
Oh, the dress is really a challenge for some women, and there's nothing that can do body shaping better than liposuction. It really is the gold standard, and it's something that can give predictable results in a timely manner. So if you've got a wedding coming up in a month, 6 weeks, liposuction can make a big difference even before the wedding. Won't be seeing your final results until afterwards, but you can still be seeing enough results that that wedding dress fits much nicer.
That's right, because some things the gym can't solve. And if you're wearing a certain dress where it's strapless and you've got some back bulges or any other areas that you're not thrilled about, that maybe Mother Nature wasn't so kind to you, there's just problem spots we can't get rid of.
Well, and for the moms, they may have a lot baby bellies over the years or other problems, and even for the moms and even the dads, liposuction can really help them get into a dress that they feel attractive in, as opposed to having to settle for something that they feel like it's not as attractive.
That's motivation to anyone right there. We want to wear what we want to wear. We want to feel good on that special day, no matter what our role is in that wedding party. Okay, what else can we do for the body?
Well, speaking of the guys, you've got a lot of things you can do to help with the abdomen and with the male breast, and that can be an issue for the groom or for the fathers. That's right. For the grooms, we'll talk about that more when we're talking about honeymoons on another segment.
Okay, so there are procedures for men, just because we talk a lot about women, but a lot of your clients are men, and especially on a highly photographed day, lots of different generations want to come in, they want to look their best, and I know there's things you could do with their face as well. And men get injectables, right?
Men get injectables, and Botox in particular, it can be a really nice, or Xywav that we're using now, can be a really nice option, because it can really make it look relaxed. And a lot of men, I know I had the problem of looking angry, and as you age, you get an angry look because of what the muscles do. And by relaxing those muscles, you can be much more relaxed looking and much more the emotion you're actually feeling.
Right. You don't want to have that look of anger or hostility in the picture, right? I'm really joyous on the inside, but my face isn't showing that. And so you give them that option.
And Amy, as we talk about marriage, I think it's important for folks to understand that some of these things can be done literally the day before. Some of these things you need a month or two to really get the results on. But we can do a lot to really make a difference and in a moment that's going to be preserved for a very long time.
Right. We're going to spend the money on getting the best photographer, so give them the best pictures. Well, this really helps us plan our wedding, whether you have the day out or several months out, to really get the drastic results that you want. So you have to come in for the consultation, right?
That's right. And coming in with the consultation is free of charge. And we can help you with all of the problems that you may be wanting to address.
Okay, Dr. J, thanks for making our happy day even happier.